questions for Courtney?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the obvious is 2 wonder goals. First the free kick, and then a shot not far from here. What's the thought process in the moment? Just send it?
Yeah, pretty much. We've been working every day, day in and day out in training, and it's kind of brought us to this moment, to a tougher team, and it was one of the toughest teams that we've played this season. And to really get our momentum going from training and all of that, so kind of just went for it.
What's the offensive mentality of this team this year? Y'all seem very different from last year. What was really the stress in the postseason and then coming into this season and making a statement pre-conference?
We have tons of new numbers. Obviously, we have a lot of goal scorers up at the front line, and they work their butts off the entire summer, as of everyone else on the team. And just, like I said, training has been intense every single day, and it kind of just brings us to those big games and big moments where people need to step up.
You only scored 4 goals last year. You're already halfway past that total already. I mean, are you enjoying having a more elevated role, getting more involved, more opportunities, etc.?
I am. I love it, and I wouldn't be here without my coaches and my teammates, because they make me better every single day.
Any questions?
I think early on, Columbia's getting a lot of success on the wings. Very nifty team, but the girls really shifted really well, playing very aggressive defensively. What do you see out of them, being able to make those changes on the fly?
Yeah, I think that first and foremost we have, an Alex Wagner and a Jess Hinton that play in those wide spaces defensively, right? And so it's putting a lot of responsibility on their shoulders to be good in those spots, right? And so Columbia are a good team. They have good wide players. They changed up a couple things to kind of exploit those spaces. But I think it took our girls managing the game a little bit and just kind of settling in. I think obviously there was a little bit of turn of the tide after the missed PK, which allowed us to kind of relax a little bit and maybe just kind of give us a little bit more impetus to take a hold of the game. But those two did a really great job, in minimizing things.
Coach, so far in these 4 games, you've had a lot of different goal scorers. What does that... It seems like almost every game you have a new person bump out and really have a big game, a tone-setting game. What does that mean for your offense and the depth that you guys have here heading into
Yeah, you said it. It's the depth, right? And you kind of have a lot of faith in a lot of people to be able to take hold of these moments and really impact the game. And if maybe it's not someone's day, right? It's someone else to step up, and we can rely on, the depth of our team to be able to bring those moments and uplift us.
I mean, also lining up with 5 midfielders, there's a lot of box-to-box going on. And also, like you said, depth. A lot of the girls can play both sides of the ball very well. Does having that versatility make tactics much easier to formulate?
Well, I think it allows us to be able to handle, dealing with some injuries a little bit easier, right? Because we can rely on players. Sometimes these games get a little bit transitional. Right, so you look at depth in wide spaces with our wide midfielders and being able to run, and survive some of the track meets that we get into at times. But, I think it's a little bit of a change of philosophy and being able to get some more numbers pushed forward too to create a lot of good attacking moments as well.
Do you think that's a result? I mean, looking at the first 4 games last year, only 6 goals versus 12 now through the first 4. Do you think it's a result of packing the forward line and getting more chances created, or something else?
I think a lot of our training, is attack-minded, right? I think that we work a lot with, crosses and finishing, and, we have players like Sid Watts that, 1 more year under her belt of experience, and she's been a major contributor, and so having her in good form, right? And a forward line also that is feeling, pressure in training to perform because there's competition. Right, depth also means you're competing on a daily basis and you're making each other better.
What did you see out of your team today in terms of executing the game plan you had going into today, and then what are you seeking to do as you move through your non-conference schedule?
Columbia's a really good team. They do things differently, right? They have a great ability to play. Some of the things that we prepared for are unique to Columbia. And, I think early on we executed a lot of our game plan in the way that we were going to defend them and defend from the front. And we generated a lot of turnovers higher up the field, which, we led to a lot of pressure, right? So, I think our girls did a really good job of executing that game plan, and I think there's some things also that we take away from that we want to shore up, right, to make sure that we're not getting exposed in wide spaces, and did a great job of it.